Namaste everyone, welcome back to Anantam, your own channel, where we discuss topics relevant to Dharma. Today's topic is significance of Kartik Masa or Kartik month. Now, if you observe closely, every month derives its name from the placement of the moon in that particular nakshatra. For example, if this month is named as Kartik, it is because the moon is placed in Kritika nakshatra. Like for example, the previous month, which is also called as the Ashwin or Ashwayuja month, derives its name because of the placement of the moon in Ashwini nakshatra. So likewise for every Chaitra, Vaishak, Chaitra is when the moon is placed in Chitra nakshatra, correct? So likewise for every month. This is a very interesting thing which you will find. Therefore, what really happens in the cosmos is what is really will be interesting for us, because if we know the happenings around us in the major cosmos, then it is pretty easier for us to choose as to what actions we should do or we can do for our own betterment or our own progress and upliftment, right? Because all of us definitely want to be successful in life. So whether it be materialistic success, it is spiritual success, and everyone, even people who really become materialistically successful, are really progressing towards their own spiritual development and growth, whether they accept it or not, right? So inherently it is always a spiritual development for everybody, because without cultivating certain good habits or nurturing certain good virtues or values, nobody can actually climb up the ladder to the peak of any position or anything which they might want to accomplish or attain, right? So there is a certain amount of dedication and discipline which everything is demanding. Every success demands certain amount of discipline and regularity, right, so to speak. So nobody can be successful materialistically without being spiritually inclined or without having some progress towards their own spirit or soul which resides in their own hearts, right? So coming back to Kartik Masa is named so because of the placement of the moon in the nakshatra of Kritika, right? Now what really happens when this big occurrence is there in the cosmos? Now, if you already know, sun is placed right 180 degrees apart in the sign of Scorpio, right? Sun is in Scorpio and moon is in Kritika, right? So 180 degrees, when the moon is at 180 degrees from the sun, that is when we see a full moon, right? In whichever part of the world you may be, you see a full moon when the sun and the moon are at 180 degrees, correct? Complete 180 degrees. Now when they are at 0 degrees, then there is a new moon, right? So but the name of the month derives from the full moon only, not from the new moon. Therefore whenever the moon is in a 180 degrees distance or straight looking from the sun, and in that particular nakshatra, we draw the name of the month from that particular nakshatra name. So now if we say that Kritika Masa, you will be very easily able to deduce that sun must be right opposite, diagonally opposite the moon. The moon must be placed in Kritika nakshatra and the sun happens to be, there is no other position or placement possible for the sun than 180 degrees directly diagonally opposite the moon, which definitely becomes Scorpio sign, or which we also refer to as Vrichchika Rashi. Correct? So now that you know that it's a full moon, what is the significance of a full moon? The significance is it is reflecting 100% of the light of the sun which is falling on it. Correct? So this is a good time that the cosmos is indicating that the moon is and it is exalted, right? Moon is exalted. It is considered to be exalted because it is at its peak strength in Kritika Nakshatra and Rohini Nakshatra, which both fall into the sign of Taurus or Vrishabha. So Vrishabha and Vrichchika. Sun is in Vrichchika and moon is in Vrishabha. So moon is about to find its highest point, right? The penultimate point of its growth and development in the entire cycle of going through all the rashis and all the nakshatras. So this is what is really important and significant about Kartika Masa. Because the cosmic moon is at its full, it has the entire, it is brilliantly shining with its entire power, and all the cooling rays of the moon are falling directly on earth and nurturing it. By the way, did you know that moon is the one which nurtures the sap in plants? Moon is also the one which nurtures amrita, or the juice which flows within the spinal cord of the human system and keeps it nurtured. It flows through all the joints and keeps it lubricated, and moon is the one which gives the particular fluid or juice from the brain to all the parts of the body, so that they are hydrated, lubricated well, with good functions, smooth functions, without any friction. So when such a moon is throwing back light from the sun, which is also considered as the soul of the solar system, right? So it signifies the soul in each individual, each of us, each of the human beings and each of the creatures, living creatures on earth. So sun is the significator of the soul and moon is the significator of the mind. And when such a mind is at its fullest potential, at its fullest strength, what do you think it cannot achieve? It has the power to achieve everything in this world, both materially and spiritually, right? So which also means that the mind of every individual finds its peak point, right? And it is automatically mechanized in such a manner, it is positioned in such a manner so as to draw the inner light from within, which is the sun, which is the Atma, and reflect it outside beautifully, so that the person finds, when the light is completely reflected, you are able to see everything, and you will be able to see everything with beauty, right? So there is nothing which you cannot achieve. Whatever you set your mind on, that you can really achieve. And that is what this is a sort of upliftment or leveraging up of your entire biochemical nature, or the waves, your bioenergy pattern. It is being uplifted by the cosmos, by the universe, and every creature is being given chance to express itself to its fullest potential. And that is why it is recommended, and it has been the tradition in India that we follow, that we light lamps. What is lighting of lamps? Again, a sign of reflection of the inner consciousness or soul, which is complete in itself and which has the entire ability and potential to reflect itself, its rays in various manners, in various colors, and being quite vibrant. This is what is joy, isn't it? Expressing yourself and feeling full within yourself is complete joy, because here you are not needing anything to be happy. You are happy as such, as your own being, as your true being. So that is why in Kartika Masa we have a lot of we have a chain of festivals, and it is also the winter solstice, and we are celebrating Devothana Ekadashi now, which is Deva Utthana, which means that the Lord, the universal energy, which is the sustaining factor of the universe, is waking up from slumber. Correct? Again, an indicator that the energies are going to rise. So, the intelligent people make use of these energies to uplift their own energy fields or aura, which you might say, and have an experience, higher experience than what they already have. So this is a chance which the universe is giving us, or God is giving us every year, but we understand it only when it is our time to understand and gather. So in this effort, I hope this is something new and interesting which I found uh, of looking at the Indian festivals and the traditions, a new way of looking at the traditions and customs that we follow. If we understand it in this scientific manner, and in these looking at the inherent meanings in these techniques, then we really find that yeah, it is quite relevant to our own existence and the progress and growth of our own existence. So much so far that I could gather and deliver. If at all there are any thoughts which come to my mind later on, then I will definitely be back with another video on the same topic. Right. Thank you. Namaste. We'll meet in another video.